It says here, CIA, this is from NBC News. CIA is prepping for a possible cyber strike against Russia. I got to show the precious viewers because you may not believe me. You may think, oh, they're exaggerating again. There's Evangelist and Pastor. They're back, but they haven't changed your ways. They're still talking about, some kind of big thing. No, we're just bringing in the news.
Yes, that's it, yes.
It says here the Obama administration is contemplating an unprecedented cyber covert action against Russia in retaliation for alleged Russian interference for the American presidential election. Okay, we got to hear this. You're not going to hear it anywhere else.
Nowhere else, yeah.
Current and former officials with direct knowledge of the situation say the CIA has been asked to deliver options to the White House for a wide-ranging clandestine cyber operation designed to harass and embarrass the Kremlin leadership. Talking about Putin and his homeboys. The sources did not elaborate on the exact measures the CIA was considering, but said the agency had already begun opening cyber doors, selecting targets, and making other preparations for an operation. I already have a question, but I'm going to wait on it. Former intelligence officers told NBC News that the agency had gathered reams of documents that could expose unsavory tactics by Russian President Vladimir Putin. Vice President Joe Biden told Meet the Press moderator Chuck Todd on Friday, today, that, and I quote, "We're sending a message to Putin, and that it will be at the time of our choosing and under the circumstances that we will have the greatest impact." When asked if the American public will know a message was sent, the vice president replied, "Hope not." Retired Admiral James Stavridis told NBC News' Cynthia McFadden that the U.S. should attack Russia's ability to censor its internal internet traffic and expose the financial dealings of Putin and his associates. It's well known that there's a great deal of offshore money moved outside of Russia from oligarchs, he said. It would be very embarrassing if that was revealed. And that would be a proportional response to what we've seen in Russia's alleged hacks and leaks targeting U.S. public opinion. And it goes on with some more information, but talk to me.
Why do we have to know?
Why do we have to know? Why are we hearing what CIA is
Why do we
prepping
have
to
to
do?
know? Why does the enemy have to know?
That was my question.
Yes.
You took it right out of my mouth.
I mean, this is embarrassing.
It's pretty bad.
Already embarrassing as we read it. It's embarrassing because Gorbachev, I was going to say Putin, he knows now.
He knows now.
Yeah.
It's
So,
no different.
yeah.
Isn't this what Donald Trump said at the second presidential debate?
I think so, yes.
Where he was, walking around. Hillary says she felt like she was being stalked by Donald Trump, and he's walking around the stage, and she's talking about how she would take care of, the threats
ISIS
coming in,
and all that,
ISIS,
yes.
and Donald Trump said, "Oh, you guys, you have it all laid out on your website, Hillary Clinton. You already told the enemy what your moves are going to be. You're not
Yes.
supposed, we can't do that. It's no different."
It's no different, and it's embarrassing for the U.S., especially. Hillary gets the nomination. I mean, it's going to continue. The enemy's going to know what we're up to,
Right.
what we're going to do. I mean, today we're passing out flyers in Syria saying or to ISIS, we're going to go bomb this warehouse. Get out. I mean, that's
You have about 2 hours.
That's pretty stupid, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it is
we
pretty
don't
bad.
kill the guys that are beheading people, especially Christians out there. He's giving them a chance to run, and I believe that's why they keep on going and beheading people because they're still alive.
Wow.
Buildings may be bombarded with bombs, but their hands are still intact. So,
Now, I find this interesting, sweetheart, because here we have the CIA prepping for possible cyber strike against Russia. It makes breaking news. Everybody's talking about it. You have Vice President Biden saying, "Oh, we are going to embarrass the Kremlin. Our desire is to harass and embarrass them the way that they've harassed and really embarrassed us." Okay, can you imagine if Russia would have put out that newsreel at first? Hey, we're about to put out some big clandestine operation against the White House, against the military, against the governing officials. They didn't, and
They don't.
Now the thing is, it's concerning to me because I believe this is a setup. This is a trap. Hear me out. I believe that this is a setup They purposely went on Meet the Press, and I'm talking about the Vice President of the U.S. He purposely put this out in hopes that the Kremlin will respond first before we go ahead and do this supposed clandestine operation against them cyber. Because they have been, and when I say that, I mean the Obama administration has been on the up and up on trying to make Russia look bad, accuse them of war crimes now in Syria, along with Syrian government regime, and more. Now, please know, I'm not calling Russia the innocent teddy bear here. You know, they're far from that. They are a bear. They are not a teddy bear. They are a ferocious, hungry bear. And what the Bible has to talk about as far as the bear goes in Ezekiel chapter 38, the war of Gog of Magog, and the book of Daniel. But I believe this is a possible setup. This was purpose, because this is too stupid to just go out there and say, look what we're going to do, and lay it all out on Meet the Press. And will the American public know about it? Hope not. And it's like, come on. I can see Putin saying, I can see all his advisors coming to him saying, look what they're planning to do. And Putin saying, no, put on the brakes. This is a setup. They want us to go ahead and react so that they can now get us. Because there is a war taking place, but not with weaponry just yet.
Just yet.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, we hope not. I mean, if it's gonna be with nukes.
Okay.
I mean, but I mean, going back to the embarrassing part, Russia didn't say we're gonna fly by your Navy ships, right? They just flew by real low and flew not once but a couple times, right? I mean, they had no warning. The only warning they had to the U.S. it was when they went into Syria 5 minutes, before they went in. They gave them that they were coming into Syria, and that's all they had, right? Like 5 minutes to
clear out the airspace as far as the U.S. went. Yes,
really, that was really good in part of Russia, but the U.S. doing this, like you say, it looks like a setup. It is like a setup. As if they took the bait. No, Russia,
I don't think they took the bait.
No, because this is way out there, and this is just embarrassing. But this goes along with what's going on with the U.S. and this administration all along.
Okay,
it's just embarrassing. They have no feelings in being
no shame. Wow.
And embarrassing the U.S. The United States of America. So they keep on shaming it, and just to bring it more down. So that's what they're doing. The whole administration now, and Hillary. I mean, it's gonna shame it more. I'm not saying the other one isn't, but it's just it continues with the shaming of America.
Yeah.
Especially the military here.
Well, I want to read part of this article as well. It says here, Sean Koenig, who was until this spring the senior U.S. intelligence official responsible for analyzing Russian cyber capabilities, said not mounting a response would carry a cost. If you publicly accuse someone, he said, and don't follow it up with a responsive action, that may weaken the credible threat of your response capability. President Obama will ultimately have to decide whether he will authorize a CIA operation. This is stupid. I can't believe we're talking about this. Anyway, it goes on to say, officials told NBC News that for now there are divisions at the top of the administration about whether to proceed. Two former CIA officers who worked on Russia told NBC News that there is a long history of the White House asking the CIA to come up with options for covert action against Russia, including cyber options, only to abandon the idea. He said, we've always hesitated to use a lot of stuff we've had, but that's a political decision. If someone has decided we've had enough of the Russians, there's a lot we can do. Step one is to remind them that two can play at this game, and we have a lot of stuff. Step two, if you are looking to mess with their networks, we can do that. But then the issue becomes they can do worse things to us in other places.
Oh, wow.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why we haven't done anything after years of really having all these things that we could do. I'm glad we haven't. Because, see, we already know that Russia was caught, and they purposely wanted to get caught. Months ago, we reported on it, under our waters off the Atlantic. They were looking at our cables.
Yes.
Underwater cables. You had mainstream media touch on it for about 5 minutes, and then they went on to something else. And it might have been Cecil the Lion. I think it was around that time frame.
Yes.
When Cecil the Lion got beheaded.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's right. This is stunning information, honey.
It is. I mean, they're coming in any which way they can into. Who knows? Your cable man might be Russian.
Okay.
Trying to break in.
That's interesting.
You know?
Wow.
Who knows who's up there in those poles? You know, when you see them. The other day we saw somebody in one of those boom lifts. I don't know, it could have been a Ruski. I mean, we don't know that, right? They go underwater, up in the air, and in your house. So
see a lifeguard run into the ocean. He may be undercover.
Who knows?
You think? I mean, that's all. It could be anything now.
The Russians are coming. They're invading us. I mean, it's like that.
I know.
It could be like that.
Is it really like that?
I think so.
Wow.
I mean, they're going underwater. I mean, they could go anywhere.
No, you're right.
The U.S. is asleep.
Open Your Eyes, People is an end-time publication broadcast with specific focus on the signs of the times, end of the age, the day of the Lord quickly approaching. This is Evangelist Anita Fuentes. Open Your Eyes, People brings you the latest in breaking news world headlines matching Bible prophecy. God said in Isaiah chapter 46 verses 9 through 10 that He declares the end from the beginning. Are we living in the last days? Is all that is happening been prophesied in the Bible? Are we the last generation? Are we headed for the greatest tribulation that the world has ever seen? These and many more questions are answered on the Spirit-led broadcast. With over 180 nations tuning in each week, it's no wonder God is using this broadcast to see hundreds come to salvation each week, rededicate their lives, and sharpen their walk in the narrow way. We need your help. We cannot do this alone. We need your help to keep and expand the work of this broadcast ministry to reach even more souls. The time is short and the day is dawning. Donate today. www.emoaf.org. That is www.emoaf.org. We need your donations. Visit us today.